Hello again, lovely pupils. This is the Basic Science and Technology class for Primary 1. Today we're looking at air. Air, A-I-R, is our topic for today. And for that, we're going to be looking at air and the existence of air.
Primary 2. Basic Science and Technology class for Primary 2. And today's topic is animals. And the subtopic is animals and their feeding habits. I'm sure you'll be excited about this. Today's topic once more is animals, and the subtopic is animals and their feeding habits.
Hello, welcome to School A. This is English language for Primary 3. English language for Primary 3. And our topic for today is asking questions about future actions using shall and will.
Is reading and writing. And we are going to be looking at a passage on family as a unit. A passage on the family as a unit. And also we'll be looking at other people in the family. So basically we're going to be looking at the family.
Hello my lovely pupils. You're welcome to School on Air. This is Mathematics for Primary 5. We're going to be looking at the topic secondary measures. Secondary measures. Secondary measures. For this lesson, we'll be focusing on capacity.
Welcome to another great time on School on Air. This is the mathematics class for Primary 6. Today we'll be looking at the topic addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction. Addition. I'm welcoming you all into another episode of Financial Accounting. And today in our class, we are going to be explaining a topic that we call accounting concepts. Accounting concepts. You might have been hearing the word accounting concepts for a long period of time. Accounting concept is a term in accounting
of pollution. When you talk about pollution, we need first of all to talk about the objectives of this particular lesson. And the objectives of the lesson is that at the end of this particular lesson, students should be able to define what agricultural pollution means. What agricultural pollution means. Then number 2, give examples of agricultural pollutants. Give examples of agricultural pollutants. Then number 3, give causes of agricultural pollution in agricultural lands. And
I will be taking the topic nouns and articles. Yes, you must have heard of nouns. Yes, you must have heard. But before we discuss about today's class, let's quickly look at the things I expect you to know by the end of this class. By the end of this class, I expect you to be able to define nouns. State 3 examples of nouns. Yes, you should be able to give us 3 examples of nouns. You should be able to define countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Expect you to be able to give the examples of uncountable nouns. You should be able to list out the articles. Yes, giving the articles we have. Then you should be able to use these articles with nouns appropriately. Yes, you should be able to use your articles with nouns appropriately. Now, what are nouns? Yes? You must have heard it before. What are nouns? Yes, you. Can you answer that?
This is Social Studies for JSS1, and the topic we'll be looking at today is the meaning, the scope, the objectives, or importance of social studies. Now, by the end of this class, it's expected that the students should be able to 1. Define social studies, 2. Explain the scope of social studies, 3. To narrate the nature of social studies, and 4. To state 5 objectives of social studies. Now let's move on. What is social studies?
Topic for today. Today we'll be discussing national value. I'll say it again. National value. Now, and another national value, we'll be discussing a very amazing topic, which is integrity. Integrity. Now, before we move to national value,
we'll be considering the topic whole numbers. So on that topic, we'll be looking at prime factors, LCM, and HCF. At the end of this class, you should be able to find the prime factors of number. You know what prime factor is, and you'll be able to find prime factors of number. You know what highest common factor, which is also called HCF, is, and you should be able to find the HCF of numbers. And finally, you know what is called lowest common factor.
Science for GSS 3. The topic that we're having today is environmental hazards. Environmental hazards. Okay? Before I move on to take you these environmental hazards, I would like to recap or revise the topic I taught you the other time I came on the air.
To 20,000 in Yoruba language. That's what we're going to be looking at. Ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ní yàrá ìkàwé wa fún ẹ̀kọ́ èdè Yorùbá wa tí òní. Ohun tí a máa gbé yẹ̀wò òun náà ni òǹkà Yorùbá. Òǹkà Yorùbá. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, yàrá ìkàwé onígírámà kéékèèké onípò kẹta òun ni a wà. Ohun tí a sì ń gbé yẹ̀wò náà ni òǹkà Yorùbá. Báwo ni a ti ń ka òǹkà Yorùbá láti
for our animals. And when you talk about parasites now, the parasites can be endo or ecto. They live in or on our farm animals. So all these are the terms that we use in animal health. And at the same time, let's move to the resistance and susceptibility to diseases. Resistance and susceptibility to diseases. When we talk about
living together in a particular area and at a particular time. Now, what is population density? Density. What is population density? It is defined as the number of individual organisms per unit area. Total number of organisms per unit area. Or the number of organisms that live per an area, maybe per square meter, per whatever, per unit.
At the y-axis and the time at the x-axis, you'll be able to know the rate of that reaction. So, which means for rate, you need stopwatch. You need stopwatch to determine the rate of a chemical reaction. I think you now understand the meaning of rate of reaction. So, it's the number of mole of the reactant converted or product formed per unit time. That's the rate of reaction.
In the economic development in most developing nations of the world. Another problem is resource control. Resource control. Every nation has its own resource endowment. Different countries of the world, they have the factors endowment, or what we call resource endowment. Nigeria is blessed with diverse resources, both natural and human.
Most African speakers always find this aspect a little bit difficult. As we go on, you will understand what I'm saying. Now, it causes problems for learners whose source language does not allow so many consonants together without intervening sounds. Without intervening sounds. Now,
the other leg of the switch, which is this, is connected to one of the terminals of the rheostat. Now, the other leg of the rheostat is connected to the positive of the ammeter. So, this is our ammeter. This digital multimeter is functioning as an ammeter. If I switch to the ammeter range, if I'm using an analog meter,
number line at a particular point, and you need to add a particular unit to the point where you are. So from that point, you move that unit to the right. So that is what we do. So to model addition of a negative number, what we do is we just move to the left. We move to the left. So subtraction. To subtract. To model subtraction of a positive number, what we do is just like the opposite of addition. We say to model the addition of a positive number, what we do is we move to the right. And when you are trying to model the addition of a negative number,
so get the cloud back. Open it. This part of the other way. Close it. So that complete, to make sure you have a complete cleaning of it. Then you turn it like this so that all the part of the bullet will be clean. Then bring back our bullets.